to it, Caesars Superdome. The veneer of a new season is gone. Yes, we used veneer in a football game. We're in the middle of the schedule now. It's away here in Week 7. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Stroud in the air to start us off. And the connection not quite there yet on his opening throw of the game. Ball and defender arrived at the exact same time there. And that'll bring up 2nd down. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything. They just did.
And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Here's Stroud on 1st and 10. Bails out of the pocket quick. Big catch is made, and he got the feet in too. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And it sets up Seattle with 1st down.
Here we go.
To the air yet again, it's Stroud. Throw left is intercepted. The rookie from Ohio State kicks it away. And the Saints are going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception. Wow, what an exciting start to this game, Brock. Apologies to the former QB and you. It's not an opening drive touchdown, but an interception instead.
Yeah, exciting for one side. That would be the defense. Demoralizing for the other side as an offense. First salvo, listen, it goes to the defense. And now it really sets the stage for what I love and what you love, Kate. In this game of adjustments, in the game of back and forth, who's going to respond next?
Throwing deep down the left. Big gain downfield. And they make the stop, we're going to say, at about the 37-yard line. It's a 33-yard gain and a fresh set of downs.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
Lone back gets the handoff. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Escapes the pocket. Connection made with his back deep downfield. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. And he's able to fight this down to the 2. It's a gain of 7, and that brings up 2nd and goal. He gets another shot here. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Saints parlay the interception into points. And he has made this a habit this season. That's his 10th rushing touchdown so far. Now they'll try to knock the extra point through. The point after splits the uprights. And the Saints will jump out to a 7-0 lead. On is the Saints kickoff team to tee it up and send it away. And that one flies right on past the end zone. Didn't make an effort to hit the landing area at all. So they're going to give them a drive starting at the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They send a man in motion. Stroud throwing here on 1st. He's on the move. That's to the sideline, and Evans has got it. And he runs out of bounds at the opposing 45. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. A well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. So they're left facing 3rd and long. Here's Stroud. Buys time, rolling right. Completed to his running back. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Give him 32 on that play. And the Seahawks will have a 1st down. Here's a give up the middle. And that's only 1 yard up the middle. Gonna be 2nd down. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. To the air, Stroud. Dump off caught by his back. And he's able to get this down to the 13.
As an offense, you don't call a screen, Kate, expecting to gain just a few yards. You call it expecting to break out something big and substantial. But it's up to that defense to stay ahead of it, to keep it contained to something much smaller. Case in point right there.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stroud. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete.
Oh, that is going to haunt him. A drop touchdown in the end zone. We'll see how good his mental toughness is, if he can move past it quickly and make an impact for them later.
Offense still staying out after the incompletion. They're going to try on 4th. On play action, here's Stroud. Headed out right. They'll make a bid for it on the ground. And not quite a touchdown, but he's down to the 4 before going out. It's an 8-yard gain. What a great call on 4th down. It keeps this drive moving.
Oh, that just sucks the wind out of the defense. So demoralizing. So many guys do things the right way, only to see a quarterback evade the pressure and go get that 1st down anyway.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. They'll motion him out of the backfield. Forced out to his right. The back grabs it. And he'll head out of bounds after a short gain.
Timing on routes change when you leave the pocket. It really does become, well, the schoolyard. and you got to scramble around. What a great adjustment to still deliver a clean ball.
They'll send him up the middle. What a hit. He gets flattened to the ground. After the run, though, we see he's in some visible pain out there. No doubt from that big hit he took. Trainers have to look at him now. They've held him out twice. Here we go. Third and goal. Edwards. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
If only this defense could look like that on every play, Kate. They were angry, motivated, focused. And they took that anger out on him and this offense, forcing a fourth down.
3 plays haven't gotten it done. Now a fourth to try to reach that end zone. Throwing is Stroud. And this is caught. It's a Seattle touchdown. The Seahawks cut it to a lone point on the scoreboard. Man, Brock, that defense held up 3 straight plays. They just couldn't come up with the one final stop they needed to get off the field.
And how about this offense? Courage of the offense to run it back for one more snap and make the adjustments on...
And no, they faked it! And he'll go down. The Saints make the play.
Why, Kate? Why? I don't get it. I don't get that call. Fake extra points never worth the risk from that far back, honestly. Let alone in a one-point game, this should be tied right now.
His return starts at the 5. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And they needed more than one defender. Their powerful runner stopped for just 1 yard. Here we go, 2nd and 9. Olave with the catch. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
I'm sure, Coach, the play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
That's grabbed inside the 30. And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. It's a 33-yard gain and a fresh set of downs. And we will not get another play. That's going to do it for the first quarter. We've got a close one here. Back to the Superdome of Caesar in just a bit. We're back for the second quarter. Saints in possession of the football. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Into the hands of Olave. Has room into the secondary. There it is. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints grow the lead to 7. Chris Olave with the touchdown. That one splits the uprights. And the Saints grow their lead to 8. On is the Saints kickoff team to tee it up and send it away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Here's Stroud now. Fits it through the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Simple dive up the middle. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. Offense in the hurry up here. Working inside the red zone. Nice work by the back here. Playing safety valve complete. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. Third and short in your back pocket. You can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Offense up to the line fast. Back to the well again. And he'll go down shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. A gain of 5, Brock, and now they're going to have first and goal.
I don't know what it is, Kate, but I love third down runs. I really do. I know the receivers don't always like it because money down, they want the ball. But a third down run for a first down could be so demoralizing to that defense.
Rolling left, behind some time. Fighting for the goal line. Oh, he lost it. Someone punched it out. And the Saints grab it. And this return will reach the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints grow their lead off the turnover. He took off with it, which they give him full license to do when he sees an opening, Brock. But he couldn't keep it secure, and it winds up in a defensive touchdown.
Kate, I played for coaches that when you scramble, they force you to have 2 hands on the ball because they know this. They know these defenders love for these moments. They attack the looseness of that ball security. Quarterbacks, unlike running backs, don't always know how to tuck that ball away. And this defense, well, they took advantage.
And look at this return. And great starting field position here as they bring him down beyond the 40.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
Stroud off the play fake. Catch is made down the right sideline. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Throwing off the play fake here. The throw left side finds Johnson. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Seattle! The Seahawks trim the lead down to 9. Well, great work there, Brock. They weathered the storm, and now they've gotten themselves right back into this ball game.
Anybody who's played this game has been here before. The game doesn't start the way you want. You're in a big hole, and all you can do is climb out of it. And the words of Pete Carroll resonate. It's not how you start, it's how you finish.
That one right down the middle. And the Seahawks get it back to within 1 score. All right, that lead cut down to 8 after that score, and the kick is away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And that's good yardage for the new set of downs. Working quickly here.
First and 10 at the 41-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. On the move, headed right. It's incomplete. Should have been a catch downfield, but off his hands and to the ground it goes. Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. Throwing again is Lamar. Getting out to his left. Oh, look at this. Here he goes.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm, especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing you woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
Jackson on 3rd and 1. That's caught for the first. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Out of the gun. They'll give it to him inside. And he's swallowed up in the middle. No gain on the run. Stopped by the unmistakable Max Crosby. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
I know these DNs love to get to the quarterback. I know that sacks many times equals a bigger payday. But doing the dirty work, playing the run well, that's what the best of the ends do in this league.
Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Lamar back to throw. So we're at the 2-minute warning here from the Superdome. And it's the Saints with work to do on 3rd and 10. Blitz coming here. Jackson completes beyond the marker. And he gets down to the 24 before he stops. It's a gain of 12 there. And the Saints are going to have a first down.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
And he powers through the middle for a gain of 4. A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Lamar now from the gun. Flushed out of the pocket. That one's incomplete in the end zone. Thought he had a touchdown there. And that takes them to 3rd down.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
He has the first over the middle. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stopped at the 2. Offense in the hurry-up here. Here's a give on 1st and goal. Has the New Orleans touchdown. The Saints will add to their lead at the end of the half. They'll try this extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Saints lead by 15 now. On is the Saints kickoff team to tee it up and send it away. And that's over the 20, the landing zone, and almost everything else. So that football coming out to the 30-yard line. They'll begin this drive with barely over 25 seconds left. Here's Stroud on 1st and 10. That's completed right side. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
It began at the 30 and has now jumped to 1st and 10 all the way down inside the red zone. From the red zone now. Oh, this is getting ugly early. Intercepted again. And the Saints might be able to get some points late after the interception.
Oh, coaches just love that effort right there. Instantly, as he made the pick, everybody was looking for a block and doing their part to set up the return. And I know it pales in comparison to giving up the turnover, but how about the effort on the other side to track him down and stop a potential pick six? I think everybody deserves a little credit on the field for that effort.
And that's incomplete, and it also stops the clock with just 5 seconds left. Searching for Chris Olave with that one. So it's 2nd down coming up.
It moves to 2nd and 10.
One final shot before halftime. He lobs it up, looking deep to the right side. And the touchdown is dropped. He had it for a moment in the end zone, but just couldn't secure it. What a chance for him. That's a rough incompletion to stomach. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate, Scott, Brock Heward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. The kicking team ready for the Seahawks, and forward they run to send it away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Off the play fake, here's Richardson. Buying some time right. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be second down.
Look at how well the coverage held up on that play. Even as the QB escapes the pocket and buys extra time secondary, well, they got real sticky, stayed tight, and forced the throwaway.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Richardson now. Chased out to his right. He's going to keep it this time. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
It's one of those occasions when you're sitting in the pocket and you're just looking for that escape valve. And then when you get it, you get space to run, and you get a first down, that's a big bonus for the quarterback.
Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Jalen Johnson with the stop. They give it to him again. And they're on him after about a 2-yard gain. Stopped by one of the league's best tacklers, Roquan Smith. He gets a couple, and it'll bring up third down. They bring their tight end left. Looking to throw on 3rd and 2. Finds him on the crossing route. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Backfield is empty as they motion him out right. Richardson now on 1st and 10. Left side, and it's intercepted. And the Seahawks are going to have it after his second interception of the season. They worked hard to have the halftime lead, Brock, but now that defense working hard to take it away.
Not wasting any time, are they? You know, they love to say about baseball, Kate, baseball's a game of adjustments. So is the NFL, and especially in the second half. You have all that data from the first half. You want to take it all in, and defensively you want to adjust exactly what they did to take the ball away there to begin the second.
First down, Stroud. He's going deep this time. Oh, brother, it's another interception. Picked out by Quinyon Mitchell. Has room down the left sideline. And he takes this one back for the pick six. Second time they've taken one back on him, Brock. First the fumble return, and now this pick six.
You know, I point this out to you every defensive meeting room we're in, Kate, when we sit down in these production meetings, and you can see their boards, right? These defenses keep track, and they know if they get a score defensively, their odds of winning through the roof. You get two, it's almost a certainty.
That one splits the uprights. And the Saints grow the lead now to 22 points. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick six. From well into the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he gets up beyond the 20, but they plant him a few inches into the ground to end that return. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Fresh off the pick, here's Stroud. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. This one misses the tight end. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
Escapes the pocket. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't, and they drop him. Offense up to the line fast. On 3rd and long, it's Stroud. He rolls to his right. On the run right, throwing deep down the side. Oh no, they get him yet again. Picked off by Quinyon Mitchell.
Stroud's pass intercepted. The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
They've got 1st down from the 31. Give now to the running back. And they try to power it forward, but only a couple of yards there. Working quickly here. Play action with Richardson. Oh, he put everything he had into that throw. This is caught inside the 15. He's all the way home. Touchdown, New Orleans. The Saints pick it off and get points on the ensuing drive. Chris Olave with a touchdown. His 2nd scoring catch of the game. That one right down the middle. And the Saints grow their lead yet again. On is the Saints kickoff team to tee it up and send it away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out on the back of the end zone for a touchback. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Running it now out of the gun. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Give him 9 yards. He almost moved the chains there. It's going to be 2nd and 1.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Back-to-back carries here. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. It's a gain of 4. And it sets up Seattle with 1st down.
I don't know about you, Kate, but he sure made getting that 1st down look really easy. A lot easier than it's supposed to be for that defense. And I think they'll hear about it when they get to the sidelines.
Stroud throwing here on 1st. He's on the move. He's running with it. We've got a fumble pretty close to midfield. And the Saints grab it.
You know, this just can't happen on 1st down. It really can't. I mean, ball security is a premium on every down, every distance. But on 1st down, it is especially a killer.
The Saints enjoying some good field position to start this drive off. 1st and 10 coming up. Running back sent in motion. 1st down throw here from Richardson. Tight end reels in the shallow throw. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. That play good for 17 and a 1st down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after it.
Cut by Sutton. And he runs this to the 25 before being brought down. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs. They'll come up 1st and 10. From the gun, they're going to hand it off. And they take him down, but he's able to get this inside the red zone. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Another carry for him. Launching for the pylon, and he's got it! Touchdown! The Saints lengthen the lead at the end of the 3rd. Kicking team out to try the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Saints continue piling on to this lead. On is the Saints kickoff team to tee it up and send it away. And he just sends it over the end zone. No threat of a return at all, but now they're going to spot the ball at the 30 to begin the drive. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Stroud. Couldn't bring it in over the middle. Incomplete.
What offenses that connect in this intermediate zone are so effective. Getting to completion in that area, it not just sparks your offense, but it just turns that aggressive meter way up. They just couldn't quite find the connection.
And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
And he gets absolutely popped to end that one. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. Thankfully, only 1 quarter to play now. We've reached the end of 3 in this lopsided affair. The Seahawks have possession, and this final quarter begins with them in a massive hole. And the Saints go in nickel. 3rd down. Blown back gets the handoff. And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset. 1st and 10. Ball set up at the 48.
1st down, Seahawks.
Shotgun now for Stroud. Buys time, rolling right. On the run right, throwing deep down the side. And this is going to end up incomplete. He really aired it out there on 1st down, but just couldn't make the connection. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. They'll try and pick this up on the ground. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. Just a couple of yards on the play. It's going to bring up 4th down. Here's the handoff. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. And he is stopped a long ways from that line to gain. They force a turnover on downs.
And what a battle of wills we just got to see. Fighting in the trenches on a 4th down run. Trying to play conservative, keep it on the ground to power it across. But there was no overcoming a front, just as equally motivated to get off the field.
Moving quickly, trying to get set again.
A loss of a yard brings up 2nd and 11 at the 48-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 11. Forced out to his right. Now here he goes. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a first. They strike for 23 yards. And that's good for a New Orleans first down.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. A dose of the hurry-up offense here.
Brings up second and 11.
This time it's a passing play. Hauled in by Olave, left side. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans! The Saints are running them out of the building. Chris Olave with the touchdown. His third through the air this game. Oh, it's a fake. They're going to flip it to the kicker. He's going to throw.
You know, that's a call I'll see in the college game, but it's pretty dead and gone in the NFL, and for good reason. Even when you catch him off guard, the chances for success are extremely low. Can't do it.
And he got all of that one out of the back of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 30-yard line.
First and 10 now from the 30. They'll run here from the gun. Cuts it to the right sideline. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
What an injection of momentum for the offense on that play. With the energy boost and a much shorter field, I predict it's not going to be long, Kate, till they finish this series off.
First down, and they go right back to it. And he's brought down for a loss.
You know how we hear about teams that quarterbacks avoid targeting a stud quarterback, just throwing away from him? Maybe they should avoid running it anywhere near this guy. He's having no issue stopping these plays cold.
Back to the well again. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
This coordinator tried to show some trust and belief in his offense. A run after a negative run? Well, you lose a lot of equity and belief in that coordinator. I don't think he's going to try a third run after back-to-back negative losses.
And they corral him well behind the line of scrimmage. 3 plays haven't gotten it done. Now a fourth to try to reach that end zone. The Seahawks calling for a timeout. They're first to 3. May still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. Three plays haven't gotten it done. Now a fourth to try to reach that end zone. He gets a look up the middle. And he'll only get this to the 26 before going down. And he will not get there. They stop him on 4th and goal. What a stand to force that turnover on downs. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. Still working past the 40. Works the sideline inside the 35. Dives for the pylon, and that's a touchdown. The Saints continue adding to an insurmountable lead. Wow, just sensational speed from the back that time, Brock. He found a seam, got through it, and he was gone.
You know, it's one thing, Kate, to have singles hitters, right? And you love those, and you appreciate guys that can get on base. But it's the home run hitters that are the difference makers, and what a big-time effort.
That one splits the uprights. And the Saints tack on 7 more to their lead. On is the Saints kickoff team to tee it up and send it away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. from the 30. The give now out of the shotgun. Escapes a defender. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1. So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in New Orleans. Seahawks trying to do some window dressing. Handoff on 2nd and short. Crosses midfield, still going. Along the sideline inside the 25. And they finally get to him at the 15. It's a huge pickup on the play. And the Seahawks will have a first down.
Anytime you get that chunk of yards, gosh, you can just feel it in the stadium. It just changes the whole complexion of the drive. They're now set up beautifully in enemy territory to end this series with points.
Into the red zone after that big pickup. It's 1st and 10 from the 15. Working inside the red zone. That's going to be caught by Evans. And he's brought down a little short. No, actually they do give him the 10-yard line.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Operating from the gun, it's Stroud. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock, but down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know this. It's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't.
The flag makes this 3rd down and 10. Running it after the penalty. And he'll take this only to about the 11 before going down. Keeping that pace going as the clock continues to run. They give it to him again. And they bring him down pretty quickly at the 10.